Hey you guys, I'm going to try to quickly wrap this part 2 of finding out that I'm pregnant story. If I have to pause, it's because the babies are crying. Right now they're content. One of them are sleeping, and they're in the middle of teething, so it's getting kind of crazy. So here is part 2 of me finding out that I am pregnant. Hey you guys, I just wanted to make it clear before we get into this video that no, I am not currently pregnant. I'm just telling my story about me finding out I was pregnant with the twins. So I really just wanted to make that clear before we got into this video because I don't want anyone to be confused with my intro. All right, you guys, love you and hope you enjoy the video. Bye! So I know where I left off. I had said that I had wind up calling my friend and having her stay on the phone with me so I can take another test. And I dipped a whole bunch of them, and so she was there. She was like, yeah girl, I see the 2 double lines. One of them's very faint though. So the next day I had to go to the doctor's office to find out why I was having so much anxiety, and like not find out why I'm having so much anxiety, but more of like changing my anxiety medicine. And which I didn't really realize that my anxiety being that bad was a symptom of pregnancy, because it was like it didn't make any sense how bad my anxiety was. Like I have anxiety, but it was to the point where the medication that I was on wasn't really working. I had to take like 2 of them to calm myself down. You all know I try to do things the natural route, but like when I'm in the midst of a massive panic attack, I take an anxiety medicine. I don't mess around. Like I can't be stopping dead in my tracks trying to fix anxiety. So when I got all those faint positives, I called the doctor's office, and I was supposed to go to the doctor's office the next day to, talk about changing my anxiety medicine and stuff and just kind of follow up with my doctor. But I said, obviously if I'm pregnant, I can't be taking these pills. I don't know how these pills are going to like affect me. So I was like, hi, I'm calling because I took a pregnancy test and all of these are coming out positive, very faint, but I see the lines in all of these tests. I'm coming up tomorrow to have a visit anyway. Can we just test to see if I am pregnant? I don't know if you guys do pregnancy tests. She's like, oh yeah, I will put that in there. So went the next day to the doctor's office. I actually drove home the day before after work to the dollar store and grabbed a whole bunch of like tests from the Family Dollar. Remind you guys, like I think I said earlier in part 1, if you guys are trying to get pregnant, go and buy a crap ton of Dollar Tree pregnancy tests. They're all the same. All of them. I got my first positive on the Dollar Tree 89-cent test. So anyways, I went home, took more of them, and then actually the second line was actually a lot more like visible. And then I took another one that morning before the doctor's office. I took the day off the next day. Actually, I took that entire day off. I was just way too like not in my head to just be working the next day. So I just took that day off. Told him I had an emergency going on. Totally fine. So I went to the doctor's that Wednesday. Thursday was Christmas Eve. So yeah, that's the whole time frame. So this is all happening within Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Wednesday I go and I took a test there, and it was like, I showed him all of the tests that I took. I actually took a bunch of pictures. I inverted a lot of them. So he was like, I'm going to say you're pregnant. We're going to go and do an HCG test, and then we're going to take a test here. We'll see what that test says. But he said the odds of all of these tests being positive and them being wrong is a very rare. He said there are things that can cause false positives, but he goes, the number on that is very low. So he's like, he gave me a pregnancy test. I peed in a cup, obviously there, and then they dipped their own test there. And he came back and said, yeah, I see it's the same as all the other tests. I see the line there. It's faint positive. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're pregnant, but we're going to take an HCG test. You're going to go get blood work done. And I was like, okay. He goes, I'm actually going to go and put a rush on the test because I told him I really wanted to surprise my husband for Christmas. So he said, I'll put a rush on it and you should know in the next 2 days. So this was on Wednesday. So he said it either takes about a day. He goes, and we may even get the results back today, but he goes, possibly tomorrow, you should get your results back. So I'm like waiting. I'm like, oh, this is taking forever. I'm in such agony. So, that day I left the doctor's office. I went back to the store and bought more pregnancy tests, just the dip ones. I still had the dip strips, but so after that I went down to the store again after leaving the doctor's office that same day, and I bought more tests. I know this may sound stupid, but like when you're really trying to have a baby and then it just is not happening for you in the manner that you want to, when you find that test being positive, you're almost like in a dream. It doesn't feel real and it doesn't seem real. So for those couple of days before they actually told me that I was officially pregnant, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was real. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I was sending the pictures to a few people, and I just could not believe this was real. I really couldn't. I didn't believe it. So left that day, went out and about and stuff like that. I wound up going out to gather some stuff to surprise my husband because in my gut, I knew I was pregnant, especially after that line getting darker each day. It was getting darker each day. I had went to the store, bought more tests, went and got some tissue paper to go inside, the gift that I was making for him, because when we were trying, I was ordering a lot of things. So it's like, I am going to be pregnant. I really was like affirming it. I was smudging, I was saging my body. I was putting it out there. I will be pregnant. So in the midst of trying, I was buying all these cute things in secret to surprise my husband, because I always wanted to surprise him. I didn't want to like take a test while he was there. I love the feeling of surprising people. So I went, bought all of that stuff, and then I went home that day. And for me, my lights kept getting, wrap this up, he's getting cranky. So basically when I'm talking lower because I don't want to talk too loud anymore, so I hope you guys can hear. So just basically I went home, took another test. For some reason, during the middle of the day, my tests would always get darker. In the morning, I never got like the solid lines until later on, but like throughout the day is when my test got darker. So when I got home that day, I dipped 2 tests and there was no doubt I was pregnant. No doubt. I didn't even have to get the phone call to know that I was pregnant. That day, Wednesday, the lines got solid pink. I'm like, I'm pregnant. I showed my friend, she's like, girl, you're pregnant. But again, I just wanted to hear those words from my doctor, you're pregnant. Then I ran back out, got my HCG test done, because I think I booked an appointment to get that done as soon as I could. So I got my HCG test done that Wednesday. Was hoping I would get that phone call back that day, but it's like, let's be realistic, girl, you ain't gonna get that phone call. So many people are there. So then I just was grinning all day, and I had to like try to compose myself from when my husband got home, because I could not stop smiling. I was so excited. I was so happy. So then the next day, which was Christmas Eve, my husband still had to work, but he was able to get home early. So I was praying that they called me early to tell me that I was pregnant. but they didn't call me until later on when he actually got home, which was around 1 o'clock, because usually he gets home 3:30, 4 o'clock. So he got home early that day. So I was like, oh. So later on that day, I took another test that morning. Lines got real dark, really dark actually. So I was like, I know I'm pregnant. I was smiling. And another reason why I was peeing on a lot of tests too, not because I was kind of crazy. I was going a little pee crazy, but I always wanted to wrap up my husband's surprise pregnancy test sticks with. I wanted to wrap them up so he can open those up. I wanted that to be the first thing that he's seen when he opened it up. So I peed on a lot of sticks that day too. For some odd reason, the digitals were not working for me. I went and bought another digital because I kind of wanted to just pee on the digital and give him that and wrap it up to see the word pregnant. But every time I peed on the stick, it kept having a book error. I don't know why that was happening. So I was like, all right, those were out because I don't know, whatever. Whatever. So I just peed on a couple of the clear blue. I did not use the strips ones because that was gross. You know, you can't put a cap on the strips, so I would throw those strips away. And even the ones you drop the urine on, I threw those away. So I just went and got a bunch of sticks and dipped a couple of them and let them turn positive, and then I put the cap on it. I didn't, sanitary. So I did that, and then slowly started putting together while he was gone. I put together the entire, most of the gifts. I bought 2 onesies, some baby shoes, and like some rattles and stuff. But I bought like this cute gaming onesie. Maybe I can show you guys and insert a clip if I can find the onesie. I know I put a lot of things away for them that they can't wear, but maybe I'll insert a clip, here, or a picture, in this area over here. It was so cute. I was so excited, but I waited to put everything together because I still wanted to hear I'm pregnant. I didn't want to, I don't know, in my head it's like I'm excited, I know I'm pregnant, but I just want to hear it before I go and put this stuff together, and somehow or some way this is like negative. So I started putting the pregnancy test together, put it in the bag, and then hid it. And then was just waiting for that phone call. So later on that day, my husband was home, but he knew that I had went to the doctor the day before because I told him I was going. And I just told him that I was having like bad anxiety and some, health issues that were bothering me. So it was kind of good, but I feel like, he kind of sensed something was going on. So, that day I got the phone call and I had to run to the other room. I was like, oh, hold on, it's loud in here, the TV. He's like, oh, I can pause. I was like, no, I'm gonna walk around anyway. So I went to his game room, and the lady was like, yep, you are pregnant. She told me my HCG levels were at 36, and she's like, in the normal levels when you're not pregnant are 5. So I got that phone call that I was pregnant. And I gave my husband, it was the best Christmas gift I had ever received. The best Christmas gift on Christmas Eve, hearing that I'm pregnant. It was hard to keep it a secret that night because we did go to my in-laws' house and they were cooking seafood, and it was horrible. So I had to distract them. But that's pretty much the end of the story. I will be making another video of how I told my husband on Christmas Day, how I told my family, and how I found out that I was pregnant with twins. And I'm going to share all the symptoms that I had that should have indicated that I was having twins. Like I didn't have normal symptoms. I feel like everything was on 5,000. So I will be making another video about how I found out that I was having twins, some of the signs to look out for, to help anybody out. I don't know if I'm going to make 2 videos of symptoms, because sometimes like at normal pregnancy you have some of these symptoms, but some symptoms that I had were definitely for people who are having twin pregnancies. So that will be in another video, but that is how I found out that I was pregnant, you guys. My story of how I tried to get pregnant. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. They're getting fussy and restless, so I'm gonna go. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye, Beanie family. Mwah.